Why your no won't stop God's yes. I sat across from a monastery monk, looked him in the eyes, and said no. He told me God had spoken to him, that God hadn't healed me to keep my healing story to myself, that I must write a book. I gave him my logical excuses. I wasn't a writer, didn't have time to write. Grammar wasn't my thing. So if today you are currently running from something you know God is calling you to do, let my story be a warning. Your no will never stop God's yes. So here's what happened. I'm Georgie Holbrook. For 30 years, I've been teaching holistic healing principles that you can experience and prove for yourself. I've taught over 2,000 people how to transform their lives, and you can too. Health and happiness are like twins meant for each other. Click on the link below to learn more about my training. My story, I was extremely busy seeing clients and decided to go on a silent retreat for 7 days in the mountains of New Mexico at an old monastery. 4 days of silence, I received a note placed under my bedroom door, inviting me to pray with one of the monks on Thursday, 10 a.m. at the library. I jumped at the chance of speaking to the monk that had dedicated his life to ministry. I went to the library and noticed the beautiful wood carvings on the door. I opened the door and the hinges squeaked like they hadn't been oiled in a long time. Entering, I noticed the smell of the old sacred books. It felt like a holy place. The monk looked like a Santa Claus, white hair, white full beard, with smiling eyes, inviting me to come in and sit down. For the next hour, he proceeded to tell me about his monastery life, the many retreats that he does each year, how their clergy garments were specially designed and made by someone that lived on this campus, and he also was an artist. Then he turned to me and asked, "Tell me about yourself." I told him I had a major healing in my life, that from age 36 to 42, I had been diagnosed with an incurable, deforming, disfiguring disease on my face. I dedicated my life to finding an answer. I decided that medication was not what I was lacking, but information on my own natural healing and repair immune system was my priority. I went to medical and holistic specialists, asking them for how anyone heals from anything, that our bodies can't be as complicated as we've been taught. By age 42, with my best efforts, my face still had deformed, and I was no longer able to read or drive, as I had been traumatized from this experience. But in the 7th year, I met a medical doctor who diagnosed me differently, and in 1 hour gave me a new direction. In the next year, following his direction, I self-healed without drugs or scars. My eyesight came back, and I dedicated my life to God to share and serve. The monk sat in silence while I talked, with no emotions. Then he said in this big, deep voice, "God has spoken. God did not heal you to keep it a secret. You must write your story." In that moment, I felt so nervous. I told him I was not a writer. Grammar was not my thing. Plus, I didn't have money or time to hire someone to help me. The monk acted like he didn't hear me. He said again, "God has spoken. You will write your story and help others heal." I left the library and instantly put the conversation behind me. Some part of me knew he was right. Ooh, and the other part of me wanted to forget his words. As I closed the library door, the hinges squeaked, as if they also had a message for me. Don't let your story die within you and get buried when you die. Breathe with me. Imagine I come to you today with my angels, that you have been hearing there is more, that you too have heard God or the great divine calling you to write your story. What types of excuses would you give me? I left the monastery after my silent retreat and hiking in the mountains to return now to volumes of clients. It was like they felt my energy and wanted to be with me. Within 2 weeks, the arches in both my feet fell mysterious ways, meaning unexplainable how they did what they did. But I was in great pain. I had no choice but to stop working and know the emotions in the feet are about moving forward in life. So behind every body part, there's an emotion. Having great pain in my feet, I silently laughed that the monastery monk had won. I immediately started writing, first my memories, going back to my childhood, looking for patterns, looking at where I knew better but followed others' advice, looking for how did I ever get this disease to begin with? Where I had denied my intuition, hindsight gets old after a while, doesn't it? In learning from what feels like mistakes and wrong directions. It took 3 months to write all my memories. I was sure this was the start of my book. I hired an editor. We decided to send my story to 12 people, 6 of my friends and 6 of his, asking them what they thought of my story and suggestions. Instantly, 12 people rejected my writing. Georgie, why would you want to write about the pain of your childhood? Put it behind you. Who edited this? It is not the start of a book. 2 girlfriends came to my house, sitting side by side, looking at me and asked me, Georgie, put your healing story behind you. It's really a painful story. I felt rejection. The voice in my head said, I'm not okay. Give up. Nobody will validate my efforts. The old voice inside of me that said, stop trying. There wasn't one voice that praised me for my efforts, like, Georgie, gosh, I know more about you today than I ever did. No voices of praise, only rejection for my efforts. The monastery monk, though, said, God has spoken. I decided in those moments that if I ever had the opportunity, I would start a Write Your Story community where people, men, women, all ages, would feel safe to write and receive praise for their efforts. I decided I would write my story for my own healing, regardless of anyone would ever read it. That I would start writing and not ask anyone for opinions. Over the next 7 months, words flowed like from a divine helper, nonstop. Ideas came, one chapter more exciting than the next, in teaching others how to self-heal. Sharing the exercises I did when feeling broke and very broken. Teaching people how to self-heal without the help of paid therapy. I was willing to be in that healing process by myself and witness my own healing through those years. This was validating for me to revisit my strong belief in nature that had the answer and my willingness to never give up. I found the perfect editor that also had heartaches and understood my story. And then another magical person showed up from a totally different state that heard about my story and set up my first website. Here is the prayer that I told God, great divine, known by many names. I didn't know how to write my story, but you showed me how. I didn't know how to self-heal, but you showed me how. I sure don't know how to market my book, but you do. Soon my manuscript went to my publisher. Within days, my parents, literally within days, my parents called me to help them. Since I'm the only sibling, both of them were in the hospital for different reasons. My life stopped. They lived in a different state than I did, and I went to be with them for the next 4 months. When I got home, emails had already started coming in. People were reading my book and ending their own trial and error remedies. Emails came from around the world of how people had now understood how to self-heal anything and everything from my story. But what if I had listened to those first 12 people who rejected my story? My healing story has been in 23 national magazines. I'm so proud and honored. I've been invited on national and international podcasts to share my story. I've now written 5 self-help books that you can see behind me, and I've helped over 2,000 people. So breathe with me. Imagine your talent and wisdom is lying dormant inside of you, hidden even from yourself because of feeling devalued. that writing your story transforms your life, being willing to contribute to your own healing, tapping into your own creativity, getting in touch with your own reflections and heartfelt gratitude. Write what you have overcome, what you wished you knew and had never been told. Write for your own healing and trust the process because God has spoken, right? 2 questions. What would you be doing differently if only success awaits you? What have you overcome that would inspire others to place in a book, a magazine, manual, children's book, or family treasure? Great divine that beats your heart has spoken and knows all the details. If not now, when will you start writing your story? You can do this. I'm here to support you and be your best cheerleader. I now have a Write Your Story community and teach at a local college. I also teach others one-on-one on Zoom. Healing begins with pen and paper. That's how easy it is to start. Check out my website, georgieholbrook.com. I am a holistic educator, emotional and spiritual mentor, teaching ancient wisdom about finding natural solutions for your lifestyle, relationships, money, health, and healing. Click on the link below for a free call on my training. Thank you for sharing this video. Together we can make a difference because you see, in my heart of hearts, there's some people out there that have had major trauma. They've been sexually abused. And I want those people to come forward and let's start writing about how we could have prevented that. What were the steps that could have been prevented? That's my dream of gathering people, maybe even write a book together of how it could have been prevented in telling our stories. So from my heart to your heart, I send you blessings. And remember, the monastery monk said, God has spoken. It's time to write and heal. And I'm here for you. Thank you for listening.